Hello, ladies. Happy Tuesday. It's our
Yay!
second day of our challenge for self care. And today we are focusing on morning routines. But
Yes.
I kind of just wanted to go back a little bit and to talk a little bit about our evening routines. And hopefully, you had a more mindful one, that you were able to incorporate a lot more um, things that filled you up. And hopefully, you're feeling better this morning because of it. So, Maya, was your evening routine any different from your usual?
Yeah, I didn't have a computer in my room at all. So basically, when I was putting the kids to bed, I got myself ready for bed as well. And then, so as soon as the kids were in bed, I kind of got myself into bed and I colored and listened to the current Audible that I'm listening to is The Power of the Subconscious Mind. So I listened to that for like a half hour and then my hand kind of got tired from
Oh, so you were
coloring.
listening and coloring at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Um, so that was a new one because one of our mamas in the group had mentioned coloring, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a good idea." Because I
Mhm.
know I have this beautiful coloring book, and I have used it like twice. So it's like that's great to incorporate that. So I did that for about a half hour, and then I started reading a paper copy book. So I decided to get off of the Audible.
Yeah.
Electronic stuff. And I got my hardcover book or paper book.
Yeah.
And the book that I'm reading right now is The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama. So I read
Oh,
that a little bit, but I was a little bit sleepy, so I didn't do it for very long, but I passed out and I did not wake up until like 5:30. My son had this really big coughing fit and I thought he was like getting sick. And so that was like how I woke up. And then luckily I was able to get him back to bed. And so then he slept through most of my morning routine until I was doing my workout.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Lacey, how was your evening routine? Thinking about us.
Mm.
It went really well. I put my kids to bed around time, like 8:15, and I came upstairs and took a bath for like 45 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very nice. With it is peppermint and eucalyptus Epsom salt scrub. So that was really
Mm.
nice. And I listened to my chakra singing bowl meditation, and I didn't take melatonin like I normally do. So I ended up waking up at like 2, and I was awake for probably an hour and a half or so. So then I took like half of it, and then I went to sleep.
Okay.
It was, you know,
Yeah.
I usually have a hard time sleeping between like 3 and 5, but since the time changed, it's been like 2 and 4, or
Yeah.
plus
I
That's
five.
he-
always when I have insomnia too.
and I hear those hours are amazing for like if you're a creative person to write and to get that shit done,
I will.
because it's like
Yeah.
it's almost like this tunnel
Mhm.
that you get like access
I,
to. I have yet
yeah,
to
I
get to that
remember
experience with it, but that's what I hear.
Wayne Dyer always said that. He would
Yeah.
always like that people generally wake up in the 2 to 3 hour AM time frame. And so he would always, I remember listen, because I would just listen to him on repeat and he would always say, just get up
Yep.
Mhm.
and write or, do
Yep.
something.
I keep my
And it's hard to do when it's cold outside your bed, but I
Yeah.
like the idea of it.
yeah.
Maybe one day I'll do it if we like get to write a book or something. I'll be like, oh, it's 2
Right.
a.m. 2 a.m. writing time.
This is when I get my most creative inspiration. So I bring out the
Hmm.
notes on my phone because it's right there, and I don't have to hop on a computer or turn on a light and find paper.
Yeah.
I use my notes on my phone all the time. So I just jot things down, but that's usually where I come up with my Instagram and Facebook posts, like somewhere in those hours, and then I'll be ready for the next morning. And I'm like, okay, here it is.
That's amazing.
Finally
Awesome.
inspired inspiration here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. I love that. So, my evening routine, I mentioned yesterday, I started taking salsa lessons every Monday. So that was yesterday. And we all went out to get a bite to eat. So I got home, I would say around 10 o'clock, which isn't crazy late, but I usually by that time I'm like ready to go to bed. So I just kind of like went straight to the bathroom, took my makeup off. I did like a face massage. I did a breast massage, which Lacey has inspired me to do. And I'm like loving a breast massage. It's like, I'm just like, oh, you know, like it literally takes like yesterday I didn't do it for long, but like when I get out the shower, I like really get into it. But yeah, that's what I did. I put on my pajamas and then I finished a podcast. So I had a little bit of work to do, but then what I did was I kind of tuned into the Facebook messages and all of the wonderful comments, and it was just amazing. Like I was like lit up. Like I couldn't read fast enough of like what everyone was up to, and I'm so proud. And you know, it was just amazing. So I did that. And then I did dance yoga. So I put on my Bluetooth. I know it was a weird evening routine, girls, but like I was just in the flow, and I was like, that's what worked for me yesterday. You know, like I wasn't home, you know, at 7:30 to do everything that I'm supposed to. But, you know, I was like, oh, let me improvise, like what feels right. So I put on like a gentle song, and I did like some yoga routines, which inspired me to do a video that I do. Sometimes I do like these Instagram videos and I speed it up. So, and I hear that it inspires women to do like certain poses. So I'm like, okay, I'll do more. So I got a sequence down, and then I just listened to an audiobook, and I made sure everything is along like on the side of my bed. So I had my big thing of water. I had my journal, my book, and that's it. And I listened and I meditated for about 20 minutes, and I was out. But I woke up like feeling really energized. I felt really good. And, you know, I think the movement and, you know, all this work and talking about it has been really like serving me well, you know, just being constantly mindful. And then again, tuning into the messages in the morning was amazing, you know, and I'm like, I just want to do this every day, and just to see what everyone is doing, what everyone is reading, you know, how we are all lifting each other up, you know, and it's only going to get better. That's all I can say. 'Cause, and it gets more fun, you know, and you get to share this experience with others. So I just really want to encourage you to do this challenge every week, you know, like take a little bit from whatever worked for you and just use it every day.
Right. Creating a lifestyle. Right.
Yeah. And it starts with these little simple steps, you know, by somebody mentioning that they didn't, you know, look at their phone, you know, before going to bed, and she fell asleep quicker, and woke up like really like much more peaceful. Another one said that she and her husband normally watch Netflix, and they decided not to do that and to kind of just talk. They fell asleep quicker, you know, and it's more connection there, you know, rather than with something else, you know? So
yeah, absolutely.
That was really beautiful. I really enjoyed reading.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So then morning routines. My morning went great. I keep my journal. My phone is off when I go to sleep, and I turn it on in the morning so that I can do a guided meditation. And my guided meditations are always something a little different depending on what, you know, what I feel like focusing on. So I journaled in bed, and I meditated in bed, and then I got my workout clothes on and I started my workout, and my son came down, but I was fine with it. I was like 10 minutes into it. I got him breakfast. Luckily my other one came down around the same time, so it was a little less interruptions, but I was fine with it. And then I looked at the clock, and I kind of had to make that decision of like, okay, what's the priority, finishing the workout or showering? Pick one. So I chose to finish the workout, and I just went with it, you know, like I feel like in the past I have been in a place where I was so obsessed with the structure of it that I would get stressed if I couldn't do it. Or if the kids, you know, if it takes me an hour to do a 20-minute workout, I would get like super frustrated with it. But I feel like when you set up yourself to be calm and wind down in a more natural way in the evening, it sets you up to be calmer in the morning. And then my kids are calmer. Like they weren't fighting or like trying to kill each other like they can do sometimes. So, you know, so it's all like, so mama is like the head, like the center of the universe of the house, right? So if mama's not calm and collected,
if mama's a tornado, like you're gonna make a mess.
If mama's not happy, nobody happy. But it's so true.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like you are projecting that energy, whether you are able to like hide it and keep it in, or if you're like letting it out, your kids feel it because they are like, they came from you and they are connected to you, whether you know, realize it or not, but it makes a humongous difference. So anyway, my morning went great. Yeah.
Awesome. Lacey, how was your morning?
Yeah, this morning was quite a bit different than 90% of my mornings. I don't really start doing anything for myself until I drop off my kids to school. One thing I do though is while the kids are getting ready, I make my bed every morning. That's a thing for me.
Woo!
I work in my bedroom, so if my bed is a mess, like can't work, you know. So got to do that, and I get dressed usually, unless I'm going to exercise when I come home. So I take care of the kids first. Sometimes it's just a necessary evil. Like you just got to get the kids out the door.
Right.
And when I did have a job, because I know a lot of you watching this probably do have like a normal 9-to-5 job, I would come home after dropping off my kids, even for an hour. Yes, I would come home just for that hour to do my self-practice. So what that consists of is either exercise for one. So I run 5 to 6 miles 3 or 4 times a week. 2, a JDEG practice, which I'm a JDEG expert. So you might have heard me talk about it before on the Power of Pleasure giveaway 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Or 3, a Tantra or breathwork practice. So I do sexuality, Tantra, or breathwork. So I choose between one of those 3 things every morning to do for my hour. So now that I work at home, I don't start my day until 9:30-ish, 10 o'clock. So I'll get home at like 8:30 and to 9:30, I do my thing. So that's kind of how it rolls for me. And I have great days. I have no complaints about the flows of my day. But this morning, like I said, it was different. My computer crashed last week, so I've had a lot of stuff to catch up on. So I actually had to start really early.
Yeah, you improvise. Yeah. Awesome. Love that. And my morning routine, it started since I've been committing since last week to a morning routine to prepare myself for this week. I've been meditating a lot more, and it's actually making me find time during the day to meditate. So like I can put my daughter in her crib because she like watches Elmo or whatever, her favorite show. And I will like go into the other room, I'll lay down and I'll listen to a 10-minute meditation like throughout the day. So I'm like committing to that. And so anyway, so this morning in bed, I meditated, and it was a 15-minute meditation. And I literally, it was like, you know, when you're hungry still, and I was like, I need more. And like never, you know, maybe like years ago was I like, let me do another 10 minutes. That was great, you know? So I lay down and I was like, all right, I'll do another 10-minute one. And there's this one consistent one that I listen to that is, I listen to morning, afternoon, and evening. And then if I need something else, I'll find another topic to do. And it's a meditation on Insight Timer called I Am Blessed. And this woman is incredible. So, and she covers everything, like whether it's like financial or like relationships, things like that. And it's just like these like powerful affirmations. And I just find it really powerful to tune myself into, like even throughout the day. So anyway, so I've been doing that, and I kind of think I'm going to commit to that meditation for at least 30 days, like listen to it morning and night. Then I went to go make my coffee. My daughter was still sleeping. And as my coffee was brewing, I did a yoga practice on the kitchen floor, and I loved it. So it was like maybe like 5-10 minutes because I had to wait and all that stuff. So I did that. And I loved it.
Anywhere.
Like, I don't even need a mat, you know? I'm like, I don't feel like doing a mat. So I did that. So lots of yoga, lots of meditation. I washed my face, I got myself ready, and then took my daughter, had breakfast with her, and that was my morning routine. And I feel very relaxed. Feel good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And the affirmations that I listen to in the morning, like they just somehow pop up in my head now. I'm just like, oh, that's a good one.
Tapping into that subconscious mind, you know?
I am reworking it. Listen, and I've been doing this for a very long time, but I feel like I'm really focused and more concentrated on it. Like I really see almost immediate results in how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, and things that I want to accomplish and things that I want to achieve and have and be, I almost see as if it's already here. So like, it's like in alignment, because like, you know, time doesn't know past or future. I mean, in our mind we do, but in our manifestation world, like that doesn't exist. So why focus on shit that doesn't work? Like, I'm like, okay, let's just focus on like the good stuff, you know, like, and it's almost like naughty, like, oh, like that's a good one. Like, what else can I like bring into my space, you know? And of course it takes time to manifest, but throughout the day, you will get those like inspirations to, you know, call that person or to apply for that job or to, you know, reach out to speak out somewhere or whatever it is, because you're training yourself and you're training your mind that this is what you deserve and this is what you want. So anyway, it's been all about my commitment to everything that I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess what I wanted to say is tonight for my evening routine, because, you know, the idea isn't just to have an evening routine on day one, it's to continue it. So tonight, the one thing that I'm going to change, because I really enjoyed listening to the Audible, and it makes me feel good because otherwise I only listen to Audible like when I'm driving, and it's just not enough for me to like get through the book fast enough. So I really liked what I did, but the one thing I need to do is figure out a method to not be messing with my phone. You know, like I'm like you, Michaela, like I've been loving all the interaction in the group and all that stuff, but I found myself being a little bit too connected to my phone last night.
Yeah.
So I trying to figure out that balance because I'm using my phone for meditations. So I feel like I kind of want
have
it
to check in.
It's like this like tug and pull. So it's like I want to have it there for meditation purposes, but I don't want to be tempted by it either, you know?
Yeah.
So that's something I'm going to work on tonight.
Yeah. Awesome. And I'm going to actually color because my sister bought these mandala books like a long time ago, and there's like 4 or 5 different ones. And she has all the crayons and the pencils and stuff. So I'm actually going to incorporate that into it. And I'll send it.
Yeah, it was great.
Photo. Awesome. Yay.
All right.
Love it.
Awesome.
Those are great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Awesome. So we'd love to hear how things are going for you all. If you have anything else that you want us to cover in our Facebook Live tomorrow, let us know.
Yes. And thank you everyone for your comments and support to each other. It's been really amazing to see. So
really beautiful.
And Lacey won't be with us in the next upcoming days, but she's tagged in there. And if you have any questions for her in terms of like what her specialty is, you know, feel free to reach out to her as well. She's amazing.
Yes.
Thank you, Lacey, for being on with us. Love you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Let's see. see.